Hey everyone, and welcome back. It's Jen, and we are ready for the October income report. So, to give you a little background, my niche site portfolio has a total of 6 sites, and we are nearing the end of year number 2. And this month, we did publish a total of 39 posts in October, which we're getting kind of back to where we should be. So, let's start from smallest page views to biggest. So this is site number 4, and I've always referred to it as Google hates this site. It is a full one-click AI site. Now, here's where it gets kind of interesting. If you've seen my past reports, you know that we are lucky if we get 2 impressions a month from Google, and all of a sudden we have taken off. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know why all of a sudden it started getting more impressions because literally no new articles. I don't even think I've logged into this site. Here's GA4. And before I got too excited about all of my new impressions, it did not do anything for the stat view. Last month, it got 59 page views and 56 sessions. This month, it got 37 page views and 37 sessions. So pretty awful. And saying good 46 to 33% drop. So yeah, it sounds about accurate. Next up is site number 5, which is a food lifestyle blog. It was started in June of this year. It only has 14 articles on it, and one of those was published this month. Last month, it got 97 organic clicks, and this month, it got 118 in Google Search Console. This site had a huge jump last month, so I was kind of surprised that it leveled out. So it only had 251 page views and 210 sessions. So it was growth, but just not a lot of it. Next up is my passion project, known as site number 2. This one is really interesting because I have not touched it in months. It has a total of 78 articles published, and this thing has been slow and steady, not moving no matter what. And all of a sudden this month, it started moving. So last month, it got 106 organic clicks. This month, it got 180. And we had a total of 434 sessions with 450 page views, which is a good 20% increase. And it did earn a little bit of money. It made $4.74 off Google AdSense. But literally, I didn't do anything to this site, so I have no idea why it had such a bump. Now, you may remember that I am participating in the Niche Pursuits new AI site contest, and this is that site. It's known as number 6, and it has a total of 54 articles published, and I want to say 38 of them were done last month. So here's what's crazy. So last month was a very, very short amount because it just started on September 20th. So it had 50 organic clicks last month. This month, it had 1.4 thousand. I don't know how this thing went off, but I will say it is very seasonal, and I've never really done anything super seasonal. So this is just a fun ride, and we'll kind of see where this goes. Here is the GA4 for this, and you can see it had 2,300 page views, which is absolutely insane. Total of 1,800 sessions. And I mean, honestly, I've never had a site grow this fast. This is technically its first full month, and this is just really crazy to me. So, for giggles, I decided since we're testing all kinds of fun stuff on this site, I recently saw a thing where you can get it appears to be similar to like Google AdSense, but it's through Microsoft. So I applied, and hopefully we'll hear back within a few days because I figure if we're getting some views, might as well maybe get some pennies for them. And I would be very interested to see if Microsoft pays about the same as Google AdSense. So hopefully in the next couple months, I'll be able to do a side-by-side comparison. So we'll see. Okay, site number 3 is the Food Ideas blog. This started in January of this year. It's got 111 total articles, 5 of which were new this month. This site took like a huge hit, and it is starting to get back up there, but not quite. So last month it had a little over 3,000 organic clicks, and this month it had about 1,800. The little screenshot from GA4, you can see where every week it just climbs up a little bit more. So it's nice to see that normal traffic pattern again, because that's what it's been looking like for really the last 6 months or so until HCU just beat it to crap and back. So at least it's starting to show some growth. It's still down about 14% from last month, but we're getting there slow and steady. So total page views was 8,695, sessions was 7,494. So it did end up making $42.46. And I will say that shockingly, the majority of that was just in the last like 10 days. It was just bopping around at like 30, 40 cents a day. And then all of a sudden it started hitting like $3 or $4 a day. And the RPM on this one is $5.21. So not horrible for Google AdSense. Okay, and so we end with site number one, which is my YMYL-ish. It is 22 months old. It has 416 articles published, and 5 were new this month. So it's kind of sad, honestly, to look at these. Last month it got 22.1 organic clicks. This month it only got 14.9. It started to like grow week over week, but now it's actually started to drop. So I don't know if that's just, the end of October. I mean, I love this site, and so I have decided that it definitely needs a little bit of restructuring. So I moved around a lot of the categories and I tried to make them more streamlined and more user friendly. This site does have a YouTube channel that I'm trying to grow, and it honestly is very slow going. And I'm trying not to like lose hope, but I mean, it is kind of difficult, honestly. Here is the GA4, and you can kind of see on this little graph that it started to pick up and then it's down and then it's coming back up. So, I mean, we'll just have to kind of see the total. It had 29,550 page views and a little over 28,000 sessions, which I keep having to remind myself is really not that bad. It's hard when you saw it get to almost 50,000 sessions and now it's just under 30. So we'll just keep moving on. This site is monetized on She Media, and it did make a total of $385.38 with a 1578 RPM. So the RPM went up, but obviously the income went down. And I'll show you something on the next page I'm trying not to let myself get too down on this. So when I first saw the total for October and it came out to $432.58, my first thought was, oh man, it's down because last month I made, $537 and before that was $622. But then I had to look big picture, okay? All of my sites in January made less than $40. In February, it actually made $40. And so we had a very rapid incline, and I feel like we've just come to a little plateau until we can start building again. So I don't think that this is going to keep going down every month. I'm hopeful that next month it'll go up, but we'll see. As for the plan for November, I'm going to continue working on site number one, which is the YMYL-ish. And it also has a YouTube channel that goes with it. So I'm going to keep working on that. I'm going to work on site number 6, which is the Niche Pursuits AI, and just keep trying to grow that one. I did apply for Microsoft Ads, so hopefully we'll get something going on there. And then we're continue to work on the Food Ideas blog, which is website number 3. So I'm torn. I want to be super optimistic, but I also want to not set myself up for failure. So I know it's not a great update this month, but hopefully next month, fingers crossed, we'll get better. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys.